The midgets get a pool.
Big old jacuzzi. Yeah.
We're just filling up the aft cabin here with water to test, to see if the welding is holding up.
There was a tiny bit of filtration of water going through the hull after the welding, so Maria had to close up some of those little spots again. The tiller project resulted to be a real bitch. Everything was totally stuck due to corrosion, and it was an endless banging and smacking to get stuff apart.
That's what that hole is for. It all makes sense. Together? Nice.
So your wound?
I got a wound. I got bit. Carl bit me back.
Looks very serious.
The blade got me. Wow. ¿Y yo echo el agua sobre ti?
No. Mejor si hay fuego, ¿no?
¿Cómo?
The middle bearing of the tiller was so stuck that we could not get it out by force. Eric tried to use a torch to heat it up in the hope that then when we put cold water on top of it after the heating up that it would pop out, but no luck, unfortunately.
The good news is we've got a bit more information now about this whole thing. So this guy is one thing where the bearing sits on, and it's conical, so it's no wonder that the shaft doesn't come out. And the good news is I just found this whole set totally the same at D-Mart. It was like 35 bucks, so that was not too bad. The bad news is that this bearing is 140 bucks. The good news is I found one that's very similar to this. But we're gonna try first to sacrifice this middle part, and we hope to save this guy. Because the bill is already running kind of high. I'll give you the total at the end of this yard craziness. Oh, Maria gave me a little cocktail.
Couple.
What is it? Acetone and automatic
Yeah.
transmission
Yeah.
fluid. So let's see how Carl likes that. So the only way we think this could work, so the lower shaft bit is 60 millimeters. And this upper one is 55. So potentially how this works is Maria had this great idea that they tapered the bottom part of the shaft down to this inner thing, which is 55. So basically the big shaft comes up, this guy goes on the tapered bit. Now it goes up to here probably, sits on it, which prevents it from moving down. Now this upper shaft goes in here, and then it has the closing nut to prevent it from this guy from going up to it. So that means we have both of the shafts in here, one being bigger than the other, and there's nothing else that's holding it. And
Well,
because
this
it's-
isn't a massive amount of nasty crap.
well, yeah, this is only corrosion now holding
Yeah.
it potentially. So we're gonna, the bottom part that's holding it up is loose, and we're just gonna now smack the shit out of it from the top, like pushing it down, and also put something between the rudder and the hull to pull the rudder down. Because any direction doesn't matter. Like pulling it up is really hard for us here, but maybe just smacking it down, you know, whatever, it could just hit the bottom part loose. And basically, we just want to break open the corrosion. It doesn't matter which way it goes. And we have a little bit of room up there to smack it down.
I just want to take our yard frustration out more.
Yep.
Alrighty. Come on, Bill.
Since the rudder was still stuck, we didn't have another choice but to destroy the bearing. So Eric came again with his torch and cut away the beast in the end.
Getting close.
Of course, it's happening at a high tide. We've been working on the rudder now for 2 days, I think, and in the end we had to destroy everything. So now they're just taking the bearing. They cut the bearing, and I just saw it move like a half a millimeter, so I think it's gonna come out. Hopefully. That bearing is like 150 bucks, by the way. I guess we already cracked the $3,000 line, so 150 bucks more or less. Who the cares? Right? It's just money! So now it's gonna come off?
We're gonna first cut the inner sleeve and take it out, and then
And then it's gonna drop. Getting close! Yee-hee! It's coming! Yee-hee! ¡Woo! ¡Ya está!
Ya, listo.
Tú estás mi herrero.
María, fuerte, María.
Ya tiempo para una copita.
After endless hours of trying, we did get the rudder to move, only to realize that it was one massive, super long shaft and we didn't have enough room to actually take it out. So the rudder's loose now. We're gonna drop the boat a little bit because it doesn't come out where it is now. So we're gonna drop the boat maybe 2-3 meters and then the rudder will come out. Even dropping the boat did not do the job, so we actually had to dig a massive hole into the ground to get the rudder out. What a project, I'm telling you. And now we still have to put everything back together with the new bearings and sleeves. But more about that next week.
Okay, that's all we needed.